quarantine life. But haven't done a lot with the burgundy Iroc I bought, as far as just getting what I've done to it, what I fixed and all that good stuff updated. So we're gonna pull it out today, go what we've fixed, repaired, and probably wash it, because it hasn't been washed since I bought it, and I've had it for a few months now. Repainted the grill. Well, I know it's been a while since I've updated on this car. I said I would sort of do so, and I've actually forgotten, or been so busy I didn't really forget. But this is, you just come across this video and haven't seen any of my others, an 89 Iroc. It's got about 52,000 miles on it, I believe. Yeah, 52,412 right now. And I've had it for a few months and ended up doing, I wouldn't call it a restoration, but a mini restoration, going through things that it needed and just fixing all the things on it that I wanted to fix and that I knew were an issue, and things that just kind of bothered me. It really didn't need anything, but a lot of things, small little broken pieces here and there, and just things that I know if I ended up keeping it, that I wanted it done right. I'm not sure on that yet, but so anyways, like I said, this is an 89 Iroc. It has the DX3, which is a straight delete. That's why it doesn't have the Iroc emblems on it, on the doors, the decals. It doesn't have the striping. It does still, of course, have Iroc on the rocker panels. Iroc back here, and this is a 305, and it has the tune port. That's a new aftermarket tune port injection emblem. The other one was rotted away, so I have replaced that. And like I said, it does have the emblems on the rockers as well, with tune port injection underneath it. Actually, it's the first bath I've given the car since I've owned it, and it came out really good. I've been working on it a lot, so I haven't had a chance to really clean it. It's been in the garage and doing a lot of maintenance. Also, this car has the G92 package, which that is the performance gear. Has posi in the rear, 342 gear in it, and it's a 9-bolt Rand. It also has the N10 exhaust package factory, which is the dual cat. It has the Y pipe off each manifold, goes into 2 different cats, and then it Ys after that to a slightly larger exhaust, and then the back half is the same with the 2 tips that come down. And it is a 5-speed as well, which is pretty sought after, and a hard top. So in '89, it's about the most performance orientated Iroc you could get, with the DX3, G92, 5-speed, 305 tune port, and it's got the bigger cam in it, you know, that you could get. It has all the performance options and a hard top. Of course, it does have air conditioning, which works great. So it's not a 1LE, but besides the air conditioning and having a radio that works pretty good, it's fun. I just got the exhaust finished last week. That was the last thing I was waiting on because I couldn't do it myself. I ended up going with a Walker's catback. It's actually not made by Walker's anymore, but all the piping still said Walker's on it. It has got the correct connection for the N10, which is hard to see, but it's like an old style band clamp. And then I have the Eastern Manufacturing dual cat setup, which is relatively inexpensive, but it required work. The my exhaust shop I use actually had to cut the passenger side one and redo it to fit. He said it was just no working it, and I looked at it and he was right. It was off by a couple inches, and you know, that was gonna have major exhaust leaks. We have one exhaust leak on the driver's side, right where the manifold meets the Y pipe. So he is going to take care of that for me here next week, and then the exhaust will be totally done. That was one thing I wanted to put back to factory. Previous owner had Hedman headers and a Y pipe, long tubes, and it did fit around the T5 with the oil cooler. If anybody's interested, actually I'm going to be posting that back up for sale. Unfortunately, the buyer isn't able to get it right now, so I might be putting it back up for sale. But the car is fire red, and just going to go through a few more of the things that I went through on it, and I did, so that you have an overall understanding about it. The air conditioning was recently converted to 134. That I did not do, but it works great. And we have not cleaned under here at all, so please forgive that. It will be done. Of course, a new coolant overflow tank, coolant temp sensor. The manifolds I put on after removing the headers were off of a HO LB 991, so they're the exact right fit and correct for the N10 exhaust. As you can see, that's where the connection is having a little bit of issue. Y pipe leaking a little bit, and just went through. There's a few other things in here. Had a leak in power steering line I replaced with. Luckily, I have a brand new date coded match, which I fixed that, and repaired a couple small pieces on the interior. The engine coolant sensor, the temp gauge, was working incorrectly. There's a wasp in here too, and so I repaired that, and I was able to get that correct and working correctly. All the gauges work correct. The radio I repaired. The power antenna was, of course, like they all are, not working. Got the factory steering wheel and button back on, and the shifter we cleaned, polished a little bit of black on the shifter ball, and it looks pretty good. I probably wouldn't replace it if it was mine, but I mean, if I were to keep it, I probably won't replace it. And besides the armrest slightly, and I mean slightly bulging at the top, the interior is, I hate to use this word, but it's near perfect. Got new Lloyd's floor mats in the front. I went and got all the stains out of any stains in the carpet. There's no wear on the bolster at all. The factory floor mats these are the original GM floor mats back here. Clean those up. And back here looks great. I mean, there's no discoloration. Got out a few small stains and it looks great. It really does. And you know, I try not to say that because I know how you can nitpick anything, but it's really a good car. Can't remember everything else I did. Oh yeah, when I did the exhaust, the transmission was just had one slight issue to where it would sometimes not go into third on downshifts only. And I got a buddy of mine to look at it. I pulled it while the exhaust was off, getting all that sorted, and we found out that it was just had a little wear on the synchros going into third gear. He replaced those. He went ahead and did a whole transmission rebuild. I figured while I was in there, you know, it's no reason to take it apart, just fix a few things when we can freshen it to be 100% new, because it is a 30-year-old 50,000-mile transmission. So now it is a 1-month-old 10-mile transmission, and also put in just a factory style clutch, replacement clutch and all. Replaced everything, and I've got some pictures that I might throw up here later. And I'm just trying to think of everything else. I've been through so many different things in here with just different things that I've went through that I've actually forgotten some of them, but I'll try to maybe update it at a later time and go through it. But also wanted to get everybody to hear it. I was actually really surprised at the sound of the exhaust. The dual cats and N10 exhaust actually has a pretty good tone. And here, I'll crank it. Like I said, please ignore the slight exhaust leak I have at the Y pipe on the driver's side. It is going to be repaired next week, and other than that, it runs perfect. Watching the power antenna go up ever since I repaired it. Very satisfying. Go ahead and turn you off, and then I'll try to get you an exhaust, idle exhaust, on the back at least. I do have the air conditioning on a little bit, so you'll hear it idle up and down slightly as the compressor kicks on and off. It's about an 88-degree day, but let's see. Has the power hatch as well, which thankfully works great. And I'll see if I can get you a little view of the exhaust, how it looks underneath the car here. Tucked up pretty good. Yeah, I think I might have one slight leak here I'm going to take care of as well, but overall I'm pretty pleased with it to be all aftermarket stuff. So yeah, that's it. I'll try to, in a later video, I plan to clean out the interior, the engine compartment. We didn't do that, and then buff the entire vehicle. And other than that, I'm probably going to drive it and enjoy it some. Like I said, I was thinking about selling it, as I really do want a blue, white, yellow 5-speed T-top, which I know is going to be hard to find, and I know I'll never find another car this clean with this miles, you know, is in great shape, but who knows. Yeah, like I said, please post up any questions you have, and I'll be happy to answer them the best of my ability. But yeah, it works great, runs great, and I refinished the front. Did repainted the grill, refinished the surrounds around the fog lights, polished the parking lights slightly, put new headlights in it, and yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. It's just, you know, as you go around the car, remember everything. But I'll try to do up a little bit more here with being more consistent with uploads and try to get everybody up to speed on this car. So everybody have a great day, stay safe, and hope to see you soon.